Fingers crossed that this is working. It is working. Perfectly timed. Yes. Fingers crossed that this actually continues to operate smoothly. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Hoping everybody's popping in the stream. Jerry, how's Wednesday treating you? Hope everything is A-OK on your end, mate. Tinker-tink from a 10k. That's rather nice. And double tinker-tink. I like how common they're coming from the 10ks, actually. That's real nice. Another Goku Band 98? Damn. That's pretty damn solid. That one's trade fodder, I would very much say. But Brendan M, hello, good to see you. How's it going? Rianne, lovely to see you in the chats. People are joining in now, fantastic. Sandra, hope you are all good. Renee, bottle cap it. I think so. If only it could be shiny, but that will probably be next year or the year after or something, won't it? DH, good to see you in the chat. How are things with you? And Elise, lovely to have you with us too. How's everyone doing this fine Wednesday? Thankfully, just the one raid hour coming in for the Tapu Fini. And it looks like we've got a fairly clear run. Afraid to use caps after Nightbot PTSD. Michael, lovely to see you. How are things on your side of Europe? Let's get our Go++ rocking and rolling. And how are we doing on Tapu Fini? We've got enough XL candy and everything like that, so we could actually go for a counter. Top counter mega, perhaps. Kind of feel like these events with more XXLs and boosted win pod, kind of like, yeah, it's enjoyable, isn't it? Definitely enjoyable. The boosted shiny win pod and Swablu, I would say, is definitely boosted. No sign of the carp during the course of the event, but I'm hoping that people did endeavour and managed to get their magic carps if they needed them. Ready for 3 raids. Angus, good to have you with us as well. Are you popping out for a local raid or 2, or are you not necessarily bothering with the Fini? Frozen in your tracks. Actually, this could be a shadow potential shiny Sneasel. Let's give it a bash. No XXL. Yeah, I think the XXL carps have been either nerfed or not really a part of the event. I've seen one in the entire duration of the event, but it's very odd to have an event finishing on a Wednesday, it feels, genuinely. Just here in the UK, just over 2 hours left to go. Surpassed 1,000 Tapu Fini candy and 400 XLs done with it now. God damn, Angus. Have you been raiding this one fairly hardcore then? Yep, I did see Mr. JT getting his Shundo fish in his video, which was absolutely insane. I wish RNG would align to be something like that. Telepathy, lovely to see you in the stream. How's the day going for you so far? So as it turns out, I'm not actually surprised, but on the back of the Mega Kangaskhan raid video, there was genuinely zero interest in Tapu Fini, which I think is the first time we've ever had that for a legendary. So we have a few people who are hanging on from the previous week. I forgot to remove, so that's that, and we've got the wonderful Patreon squad as well. But obviously, don't feel obligated if you don't want to be raiding Tapu Fini. A tinsy wincy nimble, lovely. Going fairly hardcore whilst not using a single remote. Check you out, mate. It's quite good to stay clear of the remotes, I feel, for the Tapu Fini. There's going to be more interesting things to use your remotes on coming. At least 3 remote passes to use for radar. Fantastic. Today resting at home, not going to Oslo to radar together with the community here. Fair enough. Hopefully it's been a nice, easy day. Sammy's in chat. Good to see you, man. How are you? And to be fair, we've got so many counters for Tapu Fini. Shall we just rock and roll with a water mega? If I could actually spell Kyogre, that would be probably a good idea. There we go. There's prime all the Kyogre. Give us a candy boost. Why not? Mike, lovely to see you in the chat. How's it going? Another huge win pod. It's a shame there's no showcases running for Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. I feel like they could have done rolling showcases every day of this event for like the Wimpod, the Swablu, the Ninbol, Carp, Whalmer. There's been so many XXLs dotted around. Even Dedenne. While we're about it, shall we do some buddy interactions? Why the hell not? DJ Phantom, good to see you in the chat. How are you? And hey, anybody who's joining for the first time, very much a welcome into the stream. Going to be seeing if we can try our hand at getting a shiny Tapu Fini tonight, or a 100%er, which will be 1632. It's almost exactly the same stats-wise to catch as Cresselia. It's in fact the same weather-boosted 100%er of 2041. But Raid should be spawning in just about a minute. Did a lucky trade, got a 93 shiny Mewtwo. Nice. Have to attend the work meeting, but available for invites on the side. Hey, it's nice to multitask. Nice to multitask. I'll say good luck for the meeting in that case. Can we put ourselves in the gym? Yeah, we can, quickly. In goes the phalanx. For no particular reason. Jeanette P, lovely to have you in the chat. And yes, I haven't deleted you, so yeah, I'll pop you a couple of invites, no problemos. All XXL except the Magikarps. Indeed, Renee. Genuinely, it's astonishing. I think they've done that deliberately so that people didn't complete the Big Fisher medal super quickly, which I think is a shame considering how challenging it is to get that medal done anyway. Six o'clock should mean they're spawning in. Actually, on the note of lucky trades, Angus did this lucky trade last night with my better half, and it came out 96 shiny Zacian. Real nice. Oh, there we go. We have spawns popping in. So let's jump into this one first. I am going to jump into public. So if you're on my friends list and you feel like you want to join in, just join via the friends list if you fancy it. But I'm going to ping invites to the Patreon folks. Oh my goodness me, somebody is maxed out. Nice. Let me pin your message, Sammy. There we go. See, I won't be dishing out my friend code to people in chat. We don't do that here on the channel, but it's worth sticking around and tuning in for the content, because the videos that get posted on the weekends, they're the ones that are basically a call to action. If you want to join for the following radar, and we'll have a double dose of Mesprit over here next Wednesday and the Wednesday after, you'll be able to comment your in-game name and your friend code over on the weekend video. We may have maxed out on the invites, but it's a good smattering of Patreon peeps. I think there's one or two locals. It's good to have that level of interest. Nice. King Frog, what a fantastic name. Good to have you joining the stream. Welcome. But I forget exactly when Tapu Fini disappears from the raid rotations. I can't remember if it's actually going to be tomorrow, or if it's a different day, or maybe if it's next Tuesday. I think there's something, is it the 13th? It might be the 13th of May, which is when the late trio come in. So Yeah, if you're not in the region that has Mesprit, we'll be hosting Raid Hour here, but you'll need to comment on a video prior to it. Won't be adding people from the chat directly. Jolty, thank you very much. Worked on it for many years. Thank you, Jerry. There we go. And yes, we do have the Discord server available as well. Angus made a very good mention there. Discord, fantastic place to add peeps, fellow like-minded raiders and everything. It's the 12th. Okay, there we go. So it's the 12th. It's the Monday morning. Michael, is he hopping in for the interaction, you know? All good. Now, the Discord is a really, really good resource and place to not only get the raid invites going if you want to invite people to your local raids or if you're looking to burn your remote passes some other part of the globe, but it's great to get those 7-kilometre regs from different regions, get international friends going, boost the XP, get the pavilion pattern stuff done, because there's people from everywhere in that server, so definitely recommend jumping in. Jump in, get involved. Kicked Mike out. I'm sorry to hear, man. But yeah, I didn't lose a pass, which is... losing a pass, that's the key thing that didn't happen. Okay, very best of luck every person who's in this raid. Good luck. May it be shiny for you. It's not boosted, so 16 at 32 would be your 100%, so we're a whole 30 CP off of that. And it's a first ball catch, would you look at that? Very nice indeed. I guess we can move straight into the next one. Just make sure everything gets revived. Let's go through here. Get some peeps added. There we go. As a Patreon, no, Elise, as a Patreon member, you definitely don't need to make a comment on a YouTube video. You'll be included no matter what. Also for the raids that don't go online. Big news. Has that just been shared? Is that officially shared online? Just confirm. Big news about Shadow Raids and Max Battles just announced. So yes, if that's been announced, Telepathy, if that is on socials, that means, thank goodness I don't have to, I can stop sweating here that, you know, I had a video lined up talking about it, so that can go out in 10 minutes time. Peeps, huge updates have just been announced for remote battles and raids going forwards with the game. It basically means there's 3 things that are huge changes to the raid scene and the battle scene. From May the 13th, coinciding with the Crown Clash Taken Over event, you're going to be able to remote raid shadow raid battles, forever, going forwards. It's not going to be an event exclusive thing, it's going to be going on forwards, which is frankly fantastic. The best part of the whole article, I think, is the remote raid cap is being increased forever to 10 battles per day. Not 5, 10. So it's a double, which is awesome, really. And the extra bit of good news, which is why you're going to need 10 remote raids per day, potentially, is that max battles are going to be able to be remotable from May the 19th. Before Gmax Machamp Battle Day, might I add. So I mean, we had a nice call and with the development team and stuff, so we got all of the info, clarified a few bits and pieces. There's a video going up on the channel talking about it in literally 7 minutes time. Few extra bits and pieces. So the Max Battle remote stuff, that's going to consume 2 different items. If you want to join a Max Battle remotely, it will take the required amount of Max Particles plus a remote raid pass. So that's going to be quite a costly way to join, but if you are in a position where you're unable to do Gmax battles yourself and you just want to join to get one done for the decks or whatever, you can do one, which I think honestly, the more accessibility, the more options, the more chances the players are given to play the game and join in different elements of the game itself is frankly bloody brilliant. So genuinely, I was so stoked when I saw all of this being announced. $15.95, this is terrible. Jeez. Good luck everybody who's in that raid with us. I see peeps joining in. Smoke Gaming, welcome to the stream. Somebody joining in from Lisbon, welcome in. Hope you're having a smashing day, everybody. Good to have you all here. Good luck for the shiny, because this is not it. The limit is going to be 10. 10 remote raids per day from May the 13th onwards. But it's linked up to PDT. So it actually goes into effect 11 a.m. PDT on May the 13th. I'm not quite sure what that corresponds into. But yeah, permanent shadow raids, so Shadow Regigigas is obviously included in that. It's also worth noting that on the article that they posted, for Gmax Machamp, they're going to increase the amount of remote raid battles you can do to 20 for that event window. So you'll theoretically be able to do 20 remote Gmax Machamp battles. So they're kind of treating max battles like raids now in a way. Lincoln Prime with a very good question, which was actually asked. I can clarify this. Wonder if it can hold more than 5 remote passes at the most. That was asked. They said they're sort of looking into updating how items are counted and held and stuff, but not straight away, let's just say that. I also double checked, so you're going to be able to invite people to max battles yourself from your friends list, and you should be able to join max battles remotely using the friends list feature like we have for raids. And that was confirmed. So that's not on the event article, but it was confirmed with the development team. So that's frankly fantastic. DJ Phantom with a nice one, 1626. I think that might be a 96% or maybe a 98er. Awesome. Renee, thank you very much for the super chat. First, a Heisenberg coffee. That's quite appropriate since we're waddling towards in that direction. But here we go. Let's get these wonderful peeps added to the stream, to the raid battles. Thank you very much for your generous donation. I really appreciate that extra support. Very much too kind. So what do we think about first of all, the increase of remote raids from 5 to 10, so you can do 10 battles per day, and that's, be it 10 remote raids, 10 shadow remote raids, 10 remote max battles or whatever. What do you think about the permanent edition of remote shadow raids? Do you think it's a good idea? And the remote max battles, what do you think of that? Because it's a very costly way to do the system. They also said on the article that they would be basically meaning that if you do a battle in person, you get vastly more rewards for doing so. So like bigger boost of XP, more premier balls and everything like that. One of the best updates ever. Not good for the bank account, that's for damn sure. Sue must be over the moon. Sue was very much over the moon. In fact, the entire crew of people who were on this chat were ecstatic about it, honestly. I really like this because it means that, anybody, I'm going to say this now, anybody who joins for the raid hours, I will keep you guys on for the following week in case we do some max battles. Gmax Machamp, I'm going to see if we can help some people out with that one because we should have people around here. But I want to try and test this feature when it goes live on the 19th regarding the max battles, because I want to see what the friends list sort of inviting system's like and how effective the joining via the friends list feature is with this, because obviously Dynamax you have lobbies of 4, but Gmax you have 10 lobbies of 4 all working together. So how, I couldn't get an answer unfortunately because it was limited time on the call, but how is the invite system going to work if you jump in but my lobby is full because there's no private lobbies available for Dynamax and Gigantamax battles? Perhaps I'd like to be back in the friends list then. Love to stay on the friends list for Gmax Machamp. I know it's a little way away, but we'll be working to make sure that we can get some assistance and help with Peach for that, because I think it's going to be very worthwhile. Did you see the RSVP on the Shadow Raids? I didn't see that. That wasn't included on the article, bits and pieces. But honestly, there was a test, I think. I saw it when I was in Poland, actually. There was an RSVP system that was being beta tested over there, and it worked very, very well. I wonder if that's now going to be implemented permanently. And finally in the bin goes Tapu Fini. Hello from Trinidad. Lana Jam, lovely to see you in the chat. Hope you're having a smashing day. We got 1589, I think, which is pretty dead. Do you think this is a Niantic Farewell initiative, or is this coming from Scopely? This is apparently stuff that the development team have been working on quite a long time, even ahead of the Scopely sale. So, I don't know, it's just there's a long road to get these things done. Like we queried about private lobbies, and they are fully aware, which is good to hear and see, not a shiny here. They're aware of how requested the feature is from players, communities, particularly CAs. I know Vince, bless him, has been on their case about it because it's been so difficult. But they know it's a thing. Apparently it's quite difficult to get implemented right at the moment, so they're sorting it out. 4 shinies today. Lana Jam, nice. XXL, Cutie Fly, Nimble, Wimpod, and Hatchter Charcadet. Goodness me, look at you go. That's amazing. Sandra with a 1574. Finally, the Pokeball's actually working again. There we go. Good evening, Milo. Hey, Mathis, welcome to the stream. Love to have you joining us. A 1566 for Mike. And Miku joining in the stream. Welcome. No, it was just a question from Jerry of the new implementation. A blog post has just gone out, basically covering 3 huge updates to remote functionality in the game. So you're going to be able to remote raid shadow raids from May the 13th going forwards forever, which I think is brilliant. The remote raid cap on May the 13th is going to increase from 5 per day to 10 per day. Let's jump in this one, get it going. And max battles are going to become remotable and accessible from May the 19th. And that is well ahead of Gmax Machamp Battle Day, which is just honestly some of the, I saw that, I thought that's just fantastic, because so many players, so many of you guys commenting on videos and things who just don't have an opportunity to do a Gmax battle and are missing out on that whole feature, could jump in and do 1 or 2, I'm not going to recommend by any stretch of the imagination that you burn 20 for the day or 10 per day every single day, because that is extremely heavy on the old Pokecoins. But even if you're free to play, you can stock up Pokecoins ahead of a Gmax Battle Day. You can get your Max Particles sorted, and you could remote a Gmax 1 or 2 of them, and that would be honestly fantastic, I think. Come and join us, Jerry. We go a bit further down the list. Who's here? Sandra. There we go. Long Sheeb. I think you have a hundo there. 1632 is 100%, I think. Not a shiny, but hey, get yourself that capture, because that's definitely 100% a CP. So get that caught. 10 of us already in. Fantastic. Matthias, do you have a favourite Pokemon so I can name him after you? That's very kind of you to do so. My favourite Pokemon is Trico. So hopefully you have maybe one of those in the storage or a shiny or something if you want to do that. That's genuinely fabulous. Longsheep, I'm anticipating, waiting for the message of the capture. K-Dung's not a shiny, a 1608, unfortunately. But K-Dung's, lovely to see you in the chat. How are you doing today? That'll be awesome. Never done that. So yeah, my Griffin, never done a G-Max before, will have an opportunity now. And I honestly think giving players of any walk of life that opportunity to join in with a battle system or a part of the game, there's nothing negative about that. So that's genuinely fantastic. What really? 8 balls to catch it. 1632 is a hundo. Mewtwo never had a Shadow Mewtwo, only got higher tier Max Entei. Yeah, because couldn't raid G-Maxes and Shadow Legends. There you go. So this is now sort of an open window of opportunity. You'll be able to do a lot more within the game, I think. Having completed the Meloetta research. Spoilers, I have. I completed it on Sunday, and I'm just waiting to get the AOK from a fellow American content creator who was over in the UK last weekend. We all did a trip together to somewhere quite significant, and I got my shiny Meloetta at that location, but we're waiting for him to get his video organised because it's a big deal. So hopefully that will go up early next week. But yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but I have got my shiny Meloetta. Is the Evolve Trico. Evolve Trico, if it's I forget the middle stage, but a Sceptile is just as beautiful. Nice, my lucky ball number 7. It's the hundo. Yes, congratulations, Longsheep. Absolutely awesome. So we have a hundo for somebody in those remote passes there. Congratulations. That's fantastic. Give a congrats to Longsheep. Nabbing the hundo Tapu Fini. Ours, not a shiny, and dear God, 1588. I shan't give away which content creator it is. Kevin Powell is in London till Saturday morning, hoping to find some early morning Suicune. The Suicune D-Max. Get those Suicune D-Maxes in. If you're in central London, genuinely, I think you won't have too much of a problem of finding a lobby of 4. Sandra, 1622, ain't too bad, actually. Ours was caught surprisingly quickly, actually. We should be able to jump into another, as long as you didn't get run over by a bin lorry. A Vermpul, get that in the bin. Nice. Fantastic. Have to be at Heathrow for 1 p.m. You may even find some Dynamax Suicune over at Heathrow. I'm sure there's some max power spots, and there'll be plenty of other Pokemon Go players all waiting at the terminal. So, fingers crossed. 1568 for Renee, that's definitely some sort of insult. I don't know what the 10-10-10 is off the top of my head, actually. Okay, here we go. Let's jump into this one. We've got actually plenty of time on the lobbies. So let's go for those radar ads first. These fantastic peeps. Angus has his suspicions, but yeah, don't spoil it, my man. Don't spoil it. Because it's almost like an NDA, really, but it's a gentleman's agreement. Not a fan of huge crowds in Oslo and G-Max. We had around 250, 300 people. My goodness me. So relieved I can remote them now. It is a bit of a blessing, that's for damn sure, I'd say. We'll be running with this team, sure. This team of Pokemon, absolutely. Mixture of Shadow Mewtwo's and all that sort of jazz. But the fact that it looks like for G-Max Battle Days and for general raid days, the remote raid cap is being increased to 20. That's fantastic, because it means if you want to go really hardcore on G-Max Pokemon, you'll be able to do 20 remote battles, which I know is a huge amount of remote passes, which is Pokecoins, and a huge amount of max particles, which are more Pokecoins. But if you have the means, then that's there for the taking. And for G-Max Machamp, I'm very tempted to go all out. And don't forget that the way that they structure the remote raid increase is during a time window that actually, I think for us in the UK, possibly for everywhere else as well, it spools over the course of technically 3 days. So in the UK, you'll be able to get 20 remote passes going from about 4 p.m. on the day before the battle day. Obviously 20 during the course of the whole battle day. And then the window runs until, I think, 4 a.m. on the day after the battle day. So if you really, really wanted to be, a bit of a nutter like I am sometimes, then you could theoretically get 60 battles remotely done just within that window. Sometimes it's worth doing. Excuse me. I'm not used to talking so excitedly. Theoretically, you'd be able to do that as well for the raid days, which we did for... which raid day was it? It was one of the recent raid days where they had the Blacephalon and Stack Attacker dotted around. We did the remotes for those Ultra Beasts rather than the actual raid boss. Thank you, Angus, for helping out Jolty. Yeah, Jolty FM, there is a friend codes channel in there, and people can post their friend code in there. You can share yours in there as well. Just make sure you've got yourself verified. You do need to verify a profile in the server, which is basically your in-game name, your friend code, and what region you're from, just so it can correspond with the bot that runs all the raid stuff. Mathis, have a shiny Trico. Nice. Put the Tendo CPs in chat. Glorious. Thank you very much. We've got 1592. 1592 isn't too fantastic. Very best of luck, every single one of you in that raid. Patreon and raid hour ads per like. Bam, not a shiny. I've got to be honest, I haven't really raided this thing too hard. Oh, Snap with Panda Plays. Hey, good to see you in the chat, man. 1592, not shiny. Look at us go. So, Tendo CPs. Angus, where did you put those? Up further here. 1556. Oof, dear. Fantastic. Renee, 1596. But not a shiny. And a 1581 for DJ Phantom. Jeez. My Griffin taking even more of the wooden spoon. Goodness me. 1577. Elise, thank you for jumping in those raids and burning the remote passes with us on stream here, and of course being a top tier patron as well. Thank you for your extra support. Mathis, if you feel like it, you can just put my my YouTube handle on it if you want to. Just put Pogo Miley UK. I can't really think of a snazzy creative name that would work nicely. Come on, Tapu Fini, just get in the ball. Not that it's too much of a worry if it decides to run away. Although we actually have 15 balls, oh my goodness me. We had all above 1600 for at least. It's 1610, 1601, 1600. There we go. But yeah, if you're joining the Discord and you're adding people, just worth maybe giving them a reaction or something saying you've added them or something like that. Fantastic. There's the capture with 5 XL candy and a rare XL candy too. And now we have 2 2Ks for the event going off with a non-shiny Wimpod and a non-shiny Wimpod. And they're both 269. Unbelievable. Different IVs, but exactly the same CP. Hysterical. Now we have to wait for the redo, the re-roll on the half hour, as it were. Charlie Lucy, a very good evening to you. How have you been? 3 trader Pokemon to us, that's epic. Ready for back home. Telepathy, yes, I recorded it earlier today. had a video ready to rock and roll with the fantastic news. Honestly, it feels like, weirdly, ever since they announced the Scopely deal, that they've actually started listening to a lot of improvement bits and pieces and things that needed to be done in the game. You know, they've been listening to CAs, they've been listening to communities, they've been listening to the creators a little bit more. Genuinely very, very happy with that. So those changes to the remote raid stuff is fantastic. Oh, this glitch. Love it. Let's complete the power ticket. A big shout out to Sandra, Shiny IKEA Mum, for this one. Let's power up this thing. I don't know how many times I have to do it. That's perfect. There we go. Thank you, Sandra, for your ticket gifting. Oh my God, stop glitching. Gifting the Power Up May ticket. Stop glitching. That's so trippy. Oh my goodness me. That is terrible. Kevin Powell over in the UK till Saturday morning. Actually, Saturday morning, Kevin, works quite nicely because, I mean, you may be on the way to the airport, but the Crown Clash event starts, doesn't it? So you might be getting some of the Nido Queen and Nido King raids over at the terminal. Finally getting some friends. Jolty, that's fantastic news. Really glad to hear that. It's honestly a fantastic community. Get yourself involved with it. You can post your catches and things like that. There's a Shinies channel and a Hundos channel and things like that. There's general Pokemon Go chat and stuff in there. My Griffin got the shiny Wimpod. Nice. First one as well. Congratulations. Quality little shiny, actually. Wonder if they're going to fix that bug. Kind of sad they waited until they sold the company to listen to the community. I don't know. I have a feeling that everything moves at a glacial pace, to be honest. And I'm hoping that might change. But then again, it is the same people in the development team. The people we heard from and stuff seem perfectly sound, but I don't know whether there's just a lot of different hoops to jump through when it comes to various different things. But honestly, it's really, really nice to see, you know, yeah, Mathis, absolutely. Go right ahead. You can name it Milo. You can name it Pogo Milo UK. Whichever one you feel like you want to do. Appreciate that. It's a lovely little gesture. It's actually something I really like doing as well. If we look at different shiny legendaries. Actually, if I search up, where are we? Legendary and shiny. There's a little bit further back, but I like to name my shinies after the people I get them from. All the people I get them traded from. For example, the Shundo Curum is from Kiwi Steve, obviously in New Zealand. But I love doing that because it gives a little nod to the person who either traded it to me or got it from the raid. I mean, this is obviously from Brandon, the lucky trade we did at Unovator LA. Cuverine is the background lucky trade that we did with Andrew. Marissa, we got a shiny Xerneas from one of her invites. Throwing it back, B-Bar, if he's in the chat, or maybe later, will be the Shadow Shiny Ho-Oh, one of them. Even JT Valor with the Shadow Shiny Registeel. I really love doing that in the game. And here we go, we've got refreshed raids. Let's jump in. Go, go, go. Get those invites up and running. Fantastic. Cuverine is the best name I've ever heard. I do have some very old 2018 Registeel that are named very inappropriate things that wouldn't pass the text filter these days. And I will not trade them because the name will be lost. I can't rename them because the name will be lost, so they're just sat in there. Named all kinds of expletives. Pacers fan forever. Good to see you in the chat. Did you see the news about Max and Shadow Raids? Yes, I did. I saw it, actually, from Niantic, or from the Pokemon Go team, on the Tuesday, which is really good. So there's a video up on the channel talking about it, and there's more information in my video than the article actually puts out, unless they've made some changes to it or whatever. Kevin Powell, enjoy your concert at Brixton. Nice. Leave in the chat and watch your new video. Thank you, Renee. Thank you very much. Mike Griffin has 9 shiny Milos. That's what happens when you join, what is it, like every single raid stream for the last year and a half or more. Eight of us in. Very nice. Sophie jumping in. Fantastic. Got the Dex entry for Delmice through the Go Pass Deluxe. Oh, congratulations. That's nice to see that that's popped in there. Because, yeah, the Delmice was only available for one little event back in March, I think. It was literally an event that ran for 5 days or so, and it's only available through 3-star raids. And, of course, in typical Pokemon Go fashion, the raids for Delmice just didn't spawn very much during the event, so, yeah. Charlie Lucy, yes you do. Don't rename that Bidoof, whatever you do. It's quite funny, like, the fact that the inappropriate text filter didn't exist back in 2016, 17 and 18. So you could literally name a Pokemon whatever you wanted. Whereas nowadays, if you try and rename a Lickitung, but keep the actual name as it is, it doesn't let you, because it puts lick as inappropriate, even though it's literally the name of the Pokemon. Mathis, thank you very much. That's very, very kind and generous. Always quite fun to know. It's like somewhere in someone's Pokemon Go account, there's a random lizard that has my name on it. Snorlax has the greatest name ever from Angus. Nice. And yeah, we're slowly closing in on 27,000 subscribers. Master 27 will be proud. Slowly plodding along there. But yeah, if you're new to the stream, new to the channel, do hit that subscribe button, stick around. We post Pokemon Go content all the time. We live stream Spol hours and raid hours, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, every week. We get peeps involved, and now with the additions of extra remote raid capabilities and remote shadow raids and remote max battles, the opportunity to get the community involved is even better. This is somewhere near the floor. 1562 is pretty awful. I think this is shockingly bad. Goodness me. Anyway, thanks for jumping in, everybody. May there be a shiny in there for you, because this isn't one. I know, 1561. God almighty. Am I wrong in saying I don't think we've seen anybody say they got a shiny tonight? We know Longshi managed to nab a hundo, but no sign of a shiny unless I missed the message. Not shiny, but a tiny for Mike. Nice. And only 10 CP of the hundo, so you could have yourself a 93er there or a 96er. Fantastic. DG Phantom 1615, significantly better than the one that's currently on the screen. Sandra with a 1577, sort of in the same ballpark as I am. Thank you, Telepathy. We can keep our fingers crossed, but I've taken the focus away from chasing numbers. I'm just trying to put out the best content that I can do consistently. You know, the last couple of years it's been sort of, when you try and focus on numbers, it can get very demoralising sometimes. I'd much rather promote the quality content, the good videos, storytelling, live streams, community, and you guys. You know, I feel that sort of thing fosters goodness. That's a nice 93er, I think, for Mike there. 15, 13, 14, great stuff. Jeanette P, no shinies, unfortunately. Of course, the worst Tapu Fini of the evening is proving the most difficult to catch. And caught with the worst throw. I knew it would happen. That's why I did it. 1561, the 69%er. Wimpod might just manage to get a shiny carp. There you go, very nice. Fantastic. Let's jump in on this one. Lincoln Prime just finally got a shiny Wimpod. All the Wimpods are coming through tonight as well. Nice. Glad to hear there's some shiny fortune out there. Boom. Invites. Pacers fan. Level 43 to 44 is going to be the grind. Yeah, is that the GBL one? That's the GBL level, I think, isn't it? So my top tip is rank 10 is significantly easier than it used to be, so you can just blitz rank 10. Probably best to go towards the end of the season, so do it now, because all the hardcore players are chasing Legend and Ace, etc. So you're much more likely to get easy wins now. Also, if you don't want to have to do the pain of GBL, if you can find an in-game friend and just get to battle with them in the different leagues, you have to battle 30 times in Great League, 30 times in Ultra, and 30 times in Master. If you can find a friend and just battle in those leagues and get them to take in level ones, be it shiny or not, you'll just blast through that so much quicker than having to actually fight properly in Great League. That's how I did it. I sat down over like multiple days of breakfast and dinners and stuff and just sat there with a friend and just got them to do level ones, and I went in either Great, Master or Ultra and just took them out slowly that way. Will, congratulations, double shinies 2 in a row for tonight, fantastic. Sandra, thank you very much. Shinies are all fantastic. Appreciate the kind words. Wimpod's definitely got a boost. I mean, Swablu obviously was boosted as well. I think I ended up with about 4 or 5 of them during the course of this event. But Magikarp, no shiny whatsoever, despite having clicked on a lot of them. And obviously the other Pokemon like Wailmer, not boosted shiny. Sadly, Nimbol, not a boosted shiny. Sandra's done for the 5 raids. Nicely done. Thank you very much. Anybody who's been on the Patreon or the raid hour ads and has chosen to burn the remote passes with us on tonight's stream, appreciate you guys. Those remote passes are not cheap, and now there's going to be soon even more ways of burning those expensive blue passes. And I did see, I've heard and seen some people complaining about how it's going to, hurt the local communities again. No, it's not. Not at this point anyway, because the local communities have developed in such a way that now the people who will go out and do those battles, the G-Max battle days, the D-Max battle day weekend stuff, and the raid days, they'll go out anyway and regardless, because it fosters their community. They feel like they've got the setup of their community, which is really, really important. The remote capability, all it's going to do is just allow much more access and chances for players who don't have the fortune of having a community on their side. And I think it's important for those of us who do have a good local community or do have the means of getting a squad of people together to help out those players who are isolated and on their own or are unable to join in either battle day or whatever. Genuinely, I think it's going to be a fantastic change to the game. May 13th is the first date. May 19th is the D-Max or the Max Battle Remote introduction. J-Rez, lovely to see you in chat. Good to see you again, actually. How are you doing? We got 1603. This is pretty meh, to be honest. Pretty low level, but hey. Can't wait for the late guidance to come next week. There's a very good point. So I will say, anybody who's here in the chat, I've seen a couple of people asking about friend codes and stuff. I don't add people from chat directly. The best way to guarantee a slot on my friends list to do not just raid hours, but just raids in general, outside of the raid hour window, is to join my Patreon support. And there's a wonderful crew of people on there. Joining any tier gets you access to the friends list But we also add people from comments of very specific videos, be it the Saturday or the Sunday videos. I'm going to say, because it will probably get more traction, if you comment on the video that goes up on the Saturday, which will cover Dynamax Suicune and the Crown Clash event, and then there'll be an extra prompt on the Pour Me Comde video. Not a shiny here, but we do finally have a shiny for somebody in the remotes. DJ Phantom, nice, 1608, but a shiny. Congratulations. Really, really good to see and hear. And a first ball catch, look at that. So, yes, it will be Mesprit for 2 raid hours. Double raid hour for the late Guardians. Worth getting involved in that if you don't have Mesprit or the shiny or whatever in your area. So, Saturday's video, and I'll say on Sunday's video as well, just because in case you miss that video, I guess. Boom, invites out. Yes, I think that is the only shiny of the evening. Late Guardians, ew. I'm sort of in the same mindset, Charlie Lucy, honestly. The Late Guardians don't have much play or pull other than being shiny dex fillers, really, so I'm very happy to help out anybody who needs the shiny Mesprit or whatever, and I'm hoping this is where the Discord can come alive and really come into its own, because obviously we've got a global network of fantastic players in there. So if you're needing a Zelf from the Americas, you can get the invites for that. If you're needing Uxie from APAC, there are ways to get those additions as well. Mathis, thank you very much. Glad to have your support on the videos and everything. Hope you continue to enjoy them. Beautiful day out. Nice to hear, J-Rez. Forgive me, is it the start of the day for you? Is it on West Coast or East Coast? Or somewhere else entirely? Jolty, doing any Suicune this weekend? Yes. I'll be doing the Suicune battles on the Saturday as a priority, because I want to get them done before the Com Day. I didn't like on Vanilla Com Day how the overlap, because you do the D-Max Entei and it takes so much time away from checking Com Day spawns. Now, for Vanilla, I already had the shiny family, so it wasn't too much of a deal, but Pour Me is obviously a brand new shiny to the game, and I really like that Gen 9 Mon, so I want to chase that, and I'm not going to waste my time on Suicune. But the other thing to note is, of course, the remote max battles is coming. Yes, it's before G-Max Machamp, but it is after D-Max Suicune, so the D-Max Johto Beasts will have their first cycle through. But I'm assuming over the course of the summer months, June, July and August, there's going to be another set of max battle weekends or days. And I wonder what they're going to do, because obviously they're not going to release Dynamax Mewtwo or something, but I wonder if they're going to go D-Max Ho-Oh and Lugia next, or if they're going to go straight into Gen 3 with the Regis. NJ Quarter, there we go. Good stuff. I'll just drop a little bit of information in here. You very well might see me possibly over in New Jersey for the Go Fest, with a set of very fortunate circumstances and things happening and changing. So we very well might be heading across the pond for the US Go Fest and then back for Paris. But we'll release more info and details properly soon. Anger, so there we go. Shiny is Elf, so you don't need to raid in America, but you do need the Mesprit, and you need the Uxie. The Uxie is always the most challenging to get, I feel, because bless APAC, they get swamped with people wanting the invites. But there's a good squad of Aussies and New Zealanders over in the Discord. Sport Bro, welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us, and I don't know what my number is. Hopefully it's going to be something good. Please surprise me, game. I think we leveled up with someone as well on the Patreon. Awesome. Trying to get better at the old gifting. Good luck for the shiny people. It's a level up indeed. We'll pop a lucky egg, because why the hell not? And 1575. Oh no. This is terrible. This isn't quite the worst one of the stream, but it's just awful. Of course, you're fighting. Thank you very much. Char Cadet with a header. Beautiful. And immediately breaks out. Quality. I'm also acutely aware of my phone battery. Just going to keep an eye on that one. Bring Rex with you. We'll see. I haven't seen what his plans are, whether he's going to come across again or not. Now, there we go. We have a fellow Aussie in the chat there. Will, thank you very much for announcing you are from the land down under. I assume you're going to be plagued probably with Uxie requests for raids and things. No catch on that one. Please get in the ball. We've got about 8 minutes left to go. Waiting for Rowell at D-Max, and I've seen somebody else saying Lechonk. I'm not sure what they're going to do, obviously, because, Dynamax and Gigantamax were very much Generation 8, or whether they're just going to throw a curveball and add Gen 9 Pokemon, because theoretically Gen 9 Pokemon shouldn't have Dynamax versions. They have different terrestrialized versions from Paldea. So, I'm not actually sure if Dynamax Lechonk is even possible. But yeah, Dynamax Rowlet should be a thing. Although we have... Nice, 5XL candy. We'll get this one going because we have 6 minutes left to rock and roll. What was I going to say? Something somewhat important. We do have the next wave of Dynamax editions, so there's going to be 2 in the month of May, which I think is great. First up is Sableye, which I'm highly expecting to be a Tier 3 boss, so it's probably going to be very annoying to take down. So just worth bearing that in mind. Do we have... We don't really have a water team or electric team anymore. That's fine. We'll revive as best we can. There we go. Break the game to get it. There we go. Just got back into playing. Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. That's okay. I think there's people who come back to the game probably are overwhelmed just by the sheer amount of stuff that's added. So that's entirely understandable. You're joining at a good time because they've just dropped an announcement that they're adding more remote raid capabilities for now, which I think is really, really good. Otherwise, we're talking about Dynamax and Gigantamax stuff, which came to the game in September, but they're adding new bits and pieces all the time. So there's now something that happens on a Monday between 6 and 7 p.m. There's a Max Monday, which basically has one Pokemon in the Max spots constantly, and then there's Max Battle Days and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if I can send any more invites out. We've got 5 of us. There we go. At least 98 Uxie. Very nice indeed. And yeah, somebody asking about my time zone. It is currently 10 to 7 in the evening for me, based in the UK. Oh, nice Ferrari. Lovely. Just a few, if you've really just come back to the game, Will, this weekend has got a lot of stuff going on. So Saturday there's Dynamax Suicune. So there's max battles with Suicune in it where you need 4 decent players to take it down. There's a new event starting, Crown Clash, which is adding Nido Queen and Nido King with crown costumes, and is introducing King Gambit, which is the 3rd stage evolution of Pawniard, which is rather cool. And then on the Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. your local time, there is the Pawmi Com Day. And that's a brand new shiny. Highly recommend going for that one. It's going to be a really, really fun little day. Although, actually, a little nod to Com Day Classic from Machop on the 24th of May. Triple Stardust, yes please. Triple Stardust Com Day Classic, I will have that, thank you very much. And then the day after is G-Max Machamp Battle Day, and then straight after that event, I'm gonna. Is DH still in chat? I'm going to off to Culture Shock's gig, his new solo show transmission. So the G-Max Battle Day video may or may not make it out on the Sunday evening on that week, but we'll do our best. My friend and I found the same research, Magikarp 117, but one of us got the hundo, one of us got the 98. Yes. Congrats to whoever got the hundo. So Magikarp, there's a handful of Pokemon where the combinations of different IVs basically total up to be the same CP. Magikarp is one of them, with it being a 98 and a hundo in field research. Both equal 117. I think Feebas is the same in field research, so the hundo and the 98 share the same CP. Obviously that's the 98 that has 14 HP. But I think from maybe Chansey from field research also can do the 98 and hundo thing. It's just unfortunate how the game and the maths work out. That's why when JT Valor got his Shundo, he saw 117 shiny carp and was sort of panicking, like, please let it be the Shundo and not the 98er. And I was expecting it somewhat to be a troll, but thankfully he wasn't trolled. Do you think there's going to be D-Max and G-Max Eevee? I think eventually, and G-Max Eevee, definitely there'll be some big play for that one. I'm hoping that will be potentially something for August, because if you look back, August in 2018 and then 2021 had the Eevee community weekends on it. So I'm thinking if they're going to introduce anything for Eevee, it would probably be in the summer months, July or August. Oh dear, 1562. This is very bad indeed. I don't think this isn't the 1010 because it's 1556, wasn't it, Angus, for the Tendo? This is not shiny. Good luck, everybody, for your shiny checks. Sometimes it requires that little check. I wouldn't actually be totally opposed to an Eevee Comdo Classic, to be honest. But the thing is, we know, actually I'm going to say this now, telepathy, if they do a Eevee Comdo Classic, it's very highly suspected that then one of the Max Battle days or weekends afterwards would probably be G-Max Eevee. I think they've got a knack now of sort of lining things up, because obviously we've got Machop Comdo Classic, and then the very next day is G-Max Machamp with now remote battle capabilities. So that's a capture. Lovely. Get it in the ball. 1 minute is a little bit tough on the old roll call for that one, so I think we'll pause on that front, because I'm not going to be able to get invites out in time. Tiny Swablu, not a shinny. Fantastic. Glorious stuff. 4 a.m, by the way. Oh my goodness me. How far down the road is it, Will? That's the question. If it's right just at the end of the road, then fair enough. If it's the other side of the Pokemon Go map, might be a slightly different story. Oh, there we go. A little bit more than a handful of Tapu Fini. No shiny from the raid stream for myself, which, is absolutely fine. We got a shiny right at the very beginning of the raid wave. All good. Good amount of XL candy and everything pulled in. But more importantly, hundo was delivered to somebody and a shiny as well. Fantastic. Daily limit reach for DJ Phantom with a 16-14. And yeah, correct, 1556 the Tendo. Nice. So, as radar has now concluded in the UK, we're not going to be able to get to that raid in 5 minutes, unfortunately. We're going to wrap up today's little live stream. So thank you very much, everybody, for popping in and hopefully enjoying what we offer here. So, it's a bit of a quiet week on Pokemon Go until we get to the weekend. So check back on the channel on the Saturday and Sunday. But if you want to know more about the remote raid and shadow raids and max battle information, click on the channel link, head to the most recent video, because I've got all the details there covering everything and more information from the inside that they didn't put in the article, as far as I'm aware. But I will see you all very soon, and a final thanks, of course, to the Mod Squad for all that they do and help with Discord and the YouTube channel and the live streams. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you all very soon. Do take care.